Father's Day is right around the corner, and we all know the rule. You can't buy Dad a gift without wandering through a hardware store for 3 hours. But this year, we're not getting him another tape measure. We're raiding the paint aisle for the greatest viral drinking vessels on the internet. These mini hardware store buckets are taking over, but instead of filling them with screws or paint samples, we're using them as the ultimate Father's Day cocktail vessels. We're doing a 4-stop Dadcore road trip through Menards, Ace Hardware, Lowe's, and yes, a mandatory pit stop at Buc-ee's. First stop, Menards. If you know, you know.
You save big money when you shop Menards.
To honor the Midwestern king of home improvement, we are doing a Save Big Money Margarita, or maybe a Menardarita? So of course we're going to start out with our Menards bucket, and I'm going to rim the edge of the bucket with some white and black salt, because I thought it would just look really good with the Menards branding. And this is Hawaiian black sea salt. I'll leave a link below if you're interested in buying some of this. Alright, now that we've decorated our glass, let's get on to our margarita. I'm going to do 2 ounces of LALO tequila, and I really like using this one because it's additive free. It's really good for mixing, and it's really good for like people who think they might not like tequila. It's a nice easy drinker. And then I'm going to use my favorite orange liqueur, Cointreau. I'm going to do half an ounce of it, and I'll do a full ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. This was kind of a regular margarita until now, but now I'm going to deviate. Instead of using agave syrup, I'm going to use honey syrup. So I just took some of this honey, which I got at Menards, and diluted it with a little hot water to make a syrup that's easy to work with. I'm going to do about half an ounce of that. I'm going to throw some ice in my shaker. Give it a nice shake. And I'm going to fill my Menards bucket with some pebble ice and strain the first ingredients of my Menardarita into that. And then to give it another nice Midwestern touch, I'm going to use this Sprecher Orange Dream. It's an orange soda that's brewed in Wisconsin and sold at Menards and other places. So we're going to top off our Menardarita with our Orange Dream. And the reason I pour it down the bar spoon is it kind of keeps it all from like being on the top. You don't have to stir it as much. And I'm just going to top that off with a little more pebble ice and garnish it with a lime wheel. You're saving big money on flavor right here. Next up is Ace Hardware, the helpful place. Now, Ace always feels a little more boutique. They've got the high-end artisan barbecue rubs, the fancy bird seed, and the beard oil. So for Ace, we're going full craft cocktail hipster with a smoky pineapple mezcal margarita. So for this one, I'm going to start out by decorating my Ace Hardware bucket with Tajín. And since it's kind of hipstery, I'm going to use the harder to find Habanero Tajín. It's just a little spicier. And I thought it would look really good on this white Ace Hardware bucket. In our smoky pineapple Ace Hardware margarita, we're going to use 2 ounces of mezcal, half an ounce of Yuzu Curacao. Again, I wanted to go with something that wasn't quite typical. And this is a nice Japanese citrus fruit. I think it should work really well. And then for the other sweetener, I'll do half an ounce of agave nectar, 1 ounce of lime juice, and 2 ounces of pineapple juice. I'm also going to serve this one with pebble ice and shake it with pebble ice. Going to open pour that into my Ace Hardware bucket. And for the garnish on this one, I'm going to do a piece of grilled pineapple and a couple pineapple fronds like sticking up behind the little handle. So there's our Ace Hardware Smoky Pineapple Margarita. This one's for the dad who spends his weekends obsessing over the perfect smoke ring on a brisket. Stop number 3, Lowe's. They put out these awesome Patriotic blue mini buckets for summer. We're leaning fully into the aesthetic with a berry and blue curacao margarita. To start out, in the bottom of your shaker, gently muddle a handful of fresh blackberries and raspberries. Okay, next we'll add the rest of our ingredients. We're going to go with our LALO tequila again, 2 ounces of it. 1 ounce of lime juice, 1/2 ounce of blue curacao just to give it a little more color. Blue curacao is the same thing as an orange liqueur or a triple sec. It's just got blue dye in it. It tends to be a little bit on the cheaper end than your nice Cointreaus and things like that. And I'll also do 1/2 ounce of agave nectar. Okay, I'm going to shake this one with some standard ice cubes. And I'm gonna strain this over some pebble ice into my Lowe's bucket. And you can double strain it if you want, but like having a few chunks of fruit in there doesn't really bother me. And I'm gonna top this one off with a little more of the pebble ice and garnish it with a raspberry, blackberry, and lemon wedge. So this one is perfect for summer lawn mowing or grilling on the 4th of July. You can't go on a dad road trip without pulling over for gas, clean bathrooms, and a wall of beef jerky. This Red Beaver bucket demands the ultimate Texas classic, a Buc-ee style ranch water. This is great if you want something simple. I'm going to build it right in the bucket. I'm going to fill it up with pebble ice. And I'm going to do 2 ounces of tequila, some Topo Chico, and a nice squeeze of lime. And there's tons of ranch water variations, so if you are interested and what else you can do with this drink, I have a whole video about that. And a lot of people put sweetener in theirs, but you don't have to. It's kind of a nice blank slate. I'm gonna top that with some more pebble ice. And a nice simple clean drink with a nice simple garnish of a lime wheel. I know what you're thinking. Where's Home Depot? You can't talk hardware stores without the orange giant. Well, it turns out Home Depot only sells their mini buckets during Christmas as tree ornaments. Since it's June, I couldn't get one, so we had to go with a standard contractor size. Don't get too excited though. I'm not making 5 gallons of margarita. I have to shoot another video after this. But if you want the full recipes for the mini versions, you can find those in the description below. Now let's taste test our mini bucket margaritas. Let's start out with the Menards. Remember, we used some honey in this one and some orange soda that's made with honey. That's delicious. Like, it tastes a lot different than a regular margarita with the orange soda. It's a pretty sweet orange soda. But that's excellent. The LALO is almost taking a back seat. I'm kind of wishing maybe I would have used like a jalapeno tequila or something, but that's really tasty the way it is. So next up we have the Ace Hardware Smoky Pineapple Margarita with Mezcal. Really looking forward to this one. Oh, that Mezcal, the smokiness of that and like the flavor of the Yuzu curacao, it's perfect. And the grilled pineapple kind of just is a nice touch. And it has a nice frothy texture from shaking the pineapple juice too, so I really like this one. Now for our little Patriotic Lowe's margarita. I really like the color of this one. You can't see it through the bucket, but it looked really cool while I was making it. That tastes kind of like something you'd get at like one of those beach bars in Florida, kind of with the, like, they all like to use a lot of the cheap blue curacao and stuff, and honestly they're a guilty pleasure of mine. The fresh fruit elevates it a little bit. And then finally we've got our Buc-ee's Ranch water. These, I don't really have to tell you much about this, it's just tequila and mineral water, but Texans are usually pretty insistent that you use the Topo Chico, and with this nice, clean, pure additive-free tequila, it's just a nice, simple, delicious drink. A little lighter on calories than these other three too. That's really good. Let me know in the comments below which bucket wins the hardware wars. And if you need the perfect bar tools or high-end syrups for your Father's Day setups, check out the shopping links in this video. Thank you for watching, happy Father's Day, and cheers!